everybody. This is Peter Pontiati, and this is Making Comics Alive episode 379. So, a few things. First, I have down below the link to Robbie's GoFundMe. If you want to share that out, pledge to it if you possibly can. By all means, do so. I think it's 13 or 15% already to his goal, which is incredible. I think I said I'll put the link down and for all my videos, but I definitely did that just now, and so it'll be there ongoing until he passes his goal. And what else? Yeah, I got a lot of work on my plate. Let me fix the image. So I did this just so you can see the close-up, but this is the normal shot. Can't really control the zoom as I work, but I figured I'd do it once at least. And of course, start off with that. And in the background while I work. And if anybody comments, I'll see that. So I'm thinking jumping around a bit because that's what I do. Where did I put it? I wanted to show you some artwork. Did I put it up already? Maybe. Maybe. Well, I got this. I'm going to show off that. I'll explain that in a second. Alright, here we go. So, did this drawing of Nightwing. And I wanted to alter the position a little bit because I want to make sure you see the details of his costume. If you didn't know, this is the 90s version of Nightwing that a friend of mine wanted me to see me draw. So that's going to be one piece. In fact, tomorrow my friend Robbie is going to be with me here, hanging out and drawing. I got a bunch of these I cut out, and I'm going to try to jam a couple of different ones tomorrow, possibly. We shall see. I'm also thinking maybe Thursday I'll post. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Thursday, I'm going to post a art sale. So anything I have currently, everything I make by then, I'm going to do a sale. See if I can make enough to cover rent by Friday. If I don't have rent covered by Friday, I could still pay it later in the month, but technically it'll be late. So I'm going to see if I can pay it on time. Then I got one other bill this month to worry about. It's just like December and January have been harsh. Doing a million things. So, okay. So, this is a cover by Sheldon Martin for his comic, Occult Descent. And this will be for issue 2. So these original pencils sent to me by him. They were supposed to arrive last Monday. They didn't get to me until Friday because of the snowstorm and the weather chaos. But they did get to me perfectly, not dented or anything. I did ask him one thing, which is, he's got this hand of this character, and it's like the second main character on the cover, and he put the name box right over just the tip of his fingers. So I was like, can we move that? You know, possibly move it over here, so I could finish off his fingers, and it will just make a better, pleasant cover in all. So I'll be working on that in the future. I got another cover for Blood Force, which I gotta print out among other things that I'll be inking. But Blood Force 1's got to be fulfilled before Mitch Brewer, the creator of that, jumps into crowdfunding for issue 2. Since he's already working on pages for issue 6, you know, he's got plenty to crowdfund before my double page, my wraparound cover that I inked for him for issue 6 will be available for purchase. But yeah, so I'll get to do a alternate cover for issue 2. That would be amazing. This before you, if you didn't already know, is Faction Paradox. We got Les Lyndon Gardner is the penciler, and I'm inking this. Jumping around a bit, really get work and the project, and I'll be finishing off pages as I go. Got this. I got 5 of 7 pages for the secret project. So this book is being written by Finn Clark, and me and Finn and the artist Neil George are doing a book proposal for possible publisher to pick it up. So once we finish the 7 pages, then we're gonna mail it off to different publishers and see if we can get that picked up. So yeah, this is a major project, 150 pages all once it's said and done, crowdfunding later this year, but a possible 4-issue miniseries with another publisher with the same writer and different artists. Yeah, I think I just want to do little things here and there on this one. Get started in a second. Hope all of you are doing well. The title of this episode is "Let's Start the Week Off Right." Got hundreds of things to work on. It's tough being an individual creator, especially when you get too much work. You know, everybody's telling me too much work is a great thing, but you know, I don't want to drop the ball on anything, and it's a lot to handle. But I'm doing my best. You can also support me and the channel. There's a couple of links down below. There's one for Patreon, where I'll be working on a comic book there. But you could just choose to support me each month on there, or you could do a one-time dealio. There's a PayPal link where you can type in a price and do a one-time donation to help me pay for food for the kitty, for my cat, who's currently outside, which is good. Now, one of the things I gotta do, keep meaning to do, is I got this repeater set. I gotta open it up, get some repeater working so I can do technical pens working, which I haven't had my technical pens working in a while. Been using markers here and there, but that, you know, I'd rather use technical pens. Just more proficient and much prefer the quality of their lines. Oh man, just excited about a lot of things. I wanted to do a shout out to a new friend. Her name, well, I met her on TikTok, but she's also on Instagram, a couple other places. She goes by Black Cat Fat Cat Studios. She's an artist, a writer, a comic collector, a total geek in many ways, and we hit it off, and we're already really good friends. And who knows what crazy adventures we'll get into in the future. So, life is good. Yeah, I posted that Nightwing on my Instagram if you want to go check it out there and give it a like. Definitely helps my Instagram grow. The more likes I get over there, more interactions, all that jazz. All right, I just remembered an old friend of mine working on his own comic, Paris Coronis. I know from my Valiant days. I wanted to have a conversation. So much to keep track of. And, so besides Robbie this week, we have another guest, somebody who's never, well, Robbie hasn't been on the channel, but I've done just like a private hangout, chit chat while we worked and talked, caught up. You know, we've been friends a long while. I don't even remember. He might have a clue when we originally met, how long we known each other. I sort of like reconnected it with him just last year. That's how it goes. Like some friends you lose contact with, but you know, like you see each other again and reconnect, and it's like, no time has passed. Yeah, so somebody who hasn't been on a channel at all, somebody who is a YouTuber. I watched plenty of his videos. You may or may not know him and his work, but I'm going to have Uncle Jerk on my channel. I've seen him on 2 other channels talking about comics, talking about art. I'm a little scared. He probably knows more than me. For however much I know, like he's hardcore details, like, you know. So that should be fun. You probably don't hear it, but they're tearing up my road again. Well, not my road, just the road outside. But whatever. I don't control the city. Working with quill, it's just so flexible and very precise. You can really control the line's thickness. Maybe one day when I have a lot more time on my hands, I'll do something really extensive, talking about quill, and for that matter, talking about brush. Let's see. I thought I had better music. Oh, okay, so that was one of the old ones here. Added to my options here. Who doesn't love cyberpunk? Yeah, so I love quill, and definitely because of the precision of Les's work here, I'll definitely be using it a lot. For instance, with this crazy bird cage. Yeah, because I'm printing these pages somewhat light, which is okay. I don't want to miss the detail. So, you know, I obviously have, well, nothing's obvious to you. Who knows what's going on in my head? I'm not going to show every detail of every page I'm working on for this project. That would take me forever to do. So if I'm questioning exactly what the images on the page are, I'll do that on my own time and, you know, like blow up Les's pencils on the screen so I can have a better look at, you know, what exactly he's putting down on the page. The colorist is going to have a lot of fun figuring out what the hell we're doing. All right, so besides the upcoming art sale that I'll start on Thursday, that will go into Friday, besides Robbie and Uncle Jerk coming on this week, you know, I'm on the free StreamYard version because it's just, you know, they raise the price, it's just too expensive. Eventually I'll be paying for it again, but not right now. It does run out. It does run out in like 7 hours, I believe. which I think, you know, it's going to renew on the 7th. So basically I have enough time left on it to use it to stream all this week. In fact, if I time it right, I'm going to do a much longer stream on Friday. There's a little trick you may or may not know. But if I'm down to whatever, my last bit of time on my free account, I'll be able to stream for as long as I want, as long as I keep it going. So maybe Friday I'll do an extra long stream. Maybe, just maybe. You know, it's got to really work time-wise. And I gotta remember. I gotta remember. So we'll see. You know, I do know I want to be on top of a list of things this week. So it's not necessarily priority, but we'll see. We'll see if it goes well. This month goes well. I'll be making another post on my Patreon. I'll be turning in pages. I'll be making more of my own art that I'll have for sale. I'm going to see about getting a paying gig, because, you know, I need just a little more money coming in than what I have right now. I finished one gig, which was the Sword and Sorcery magazine. I did 4 illustrations for that. It's amazing. Happy with them. Happy to be done with that project. I'm not sure, off the top of my head, I'm not sure what next is short that I'll be tackling. If you're not already fully aware, I'm a spinner. I like to spin my page as I work. Most comfortable that way. Yeah, making an effort to stream more. You know, I may not get the numbers initially, but over time I'll get more of a handle on my workload. I'll knock a couple of different other projects off my list and be more consistent about what I'm working on, what I'm focused on doing. You'll definitely see me working on Faction Paradox, which is this, a bunch more. Totally. So, if you can see the detail, I know some people, maybe you're watching this on your iPad, maybe you're watching this on your phone, you can probably zoom in yourself, There's some what looks like feathering here. I'll definitely be coming back. With a brush that isn't brand new, and just doing some light feathering. You know, it is possible to simulate feathering with actual just line work, but yeah, it might be fun to just throw down some dry brush. Something I have done, you know, a wee bit. Made a little area where I want to do dry brush. Alright. Some of this in brush, but you know, it would take much longer because I want to certain sit into it. I might sneeze. The weather is really getting to me and wearing on me. So even though I'm doing this at a time when there's not a crowd watching, I just want to be more active on my channel. You know, people check it out later. That's cool. I didn't really promote it beforehand because I'm jumping from one thing to another. It's all good. Some, you know, some things take time. You know, even if there's one hardcore fan that watches this at some point, it will make all the difference. when things are less chaotic. I'll be working on my channel a bit more as far as doing pretty thumbnails and really promoting it and making things more, prettier and more in tune with the algorithm. I did alter slightly, like my profile logo, which is my signature, and my YouTube cover. Something I just wanted to do. Tweaked it a little bit. He's definitely wacky characters. Reminds me of Eyes Wide Shut. Look at this, like British costume parties. You see a lot of these kind of characters. Or is it just at any like wild costume parties to see characters like this? Yeah, with the amount of work I want to get done this year, the amount of books that are going to be crowdfunded and published this year, next year, I'm definitely on the rise again as far as being more in demand and having good work out there. And it's been a rough struggle to stay relevant and active after my ex passed away and didn't work for 6 months pretty much, then come back from zero, and even creating the perfect schedule, like things didn't line up the way people thought, me in particular, and being freelance, you need things to line up. Otherwise the income isn't coming in on an regular basis. But doing the best I can, and definitely having multiple streams of income, be helping that. I've sold some artwork. I want to sell a lot more. Having the right amount of Making gigs and money coming in from those. A lot of work behind the scenes, trust me. Should ask me. So after I'm done here, I'm going to go out and check my mail. I feel compelled to do shoveling, but there's really no reason for me to do so. Whatever isn't melted today will hopefully be melted tomorrow. We're going to have rain, and the weather's going to be even warmer than today, which is warmer than it's been in quite some time. So we should be good tomorrow afternoon ongoing, and hopefully not have more snow come around. But so I am so articulate sometimes. Yeah, I'm not gonna go a full hour today, but I did want to make my presence known. I have a new video up. I didn't do one Friday. I want to try to do one every day. So come on, tip. You pick up paper with a quill a lot of times. Just scrapes it off. Progress here and there. You'd be surprised, you know, like how close you get to finishing pages, and when you're jumping around and working on little things here and there. That's what I want to start doing. Finish like the first batch of pages. So at least the the pages, the beginning of the book will be colored and available for the Kickstarter. When we do that, I love inking. Figure out what to eat for dinner. Might have to go out and pick something up. I know, limited funds, but we have like 3 options of things I've already eaten a bunch of times. Such is the starving artist life. But things are going to work out this year. Things are going to pick up. I know it. I'm excited for a lot of it. It's going to be a really interesting year. It already has been in many ways. There's definitely some things I can't talk about. Can't show everything yet. Mostly it's going to be about having a small stack of books out. Hey, welcome. Okay, screw that up. Steven Dar 140. Thank you. Yes. This is Pencils by Wes Linden Gardner. My inks, obviously. For a graphic novel, Faction Paradox. It's going to be a big one. We're going to be crowdfunding it this year. Les is an incredible artist. I'm just trying to keep up. A lot of detail on these pages, but it's really fun to work on. David Kemp is going to be calling it. He's known for Spawn. He's worked at Marvel. He's colored things with his brother. There's Dan and David, but we have Dan on our project. He also colored a print I'll eventually get to making that Rodney Jacobson, a friend of mine, penciled and I inked. Daredevil Electra. It's going to be a very, very cool print. Full color. Jammy Jam. When I find time, I'm going to set up a website. I got a store I got to reopen. I'm just one guy. I got hundreds of things to do this in the coming months. But we'll get everything situated. Use a fountain pen and an indie ink. This is this is a Quill, a Hunt 102. What I use. Never used a fountain pen per se. And the ink I'm using, some of it's Higgins ink, Higgins black ink. I get Pelican ink, and what I'm using when I do brushes is Dr. P.H. Martin's Black Star. I use what's lighter because when you use a quill, it really jams up the point if you use something too thick. So Higgins black ink is good because it's a little light. Too light for a brush work. But traditionally speaking, for comics, lots of people have used a Hunt 102. You just gotta be careful if you're bouncing around the page like I do, not to put your hand into wet ink, because you're blotching it. You're cutting into the paper. It's not going to dry easily a lot of times. Yeah, I'll go another 4 minutes today. But I'll be back every day this week, possibly Friday for a very long extended stream. See if things work out in my favor. But yeah, I love working with quill, working with a brush, just inking in general. Bunch of links down below. You can follow me on socials. If you haven't already, feel free to like this video, possibly share it with your friends. It all helps the algorithm and more people see my videos. I'm no fancy here. I barely know technology, but it's not about being flashy. Hope everything works out and all your gigs stay golden. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I've been in this business many years. I worked for the big two back in the 90s. Working for a lot of individuals and small publishers throughout the years. I am gearing up to do more of my own books and creations, and more, get into writing, get into penciling, getting into just, doing more than just inking. I will be coloring my own book, my own superhero called Retro. We hope to get the first issue of that out this year. Well, I will get the first issue of that out this year. But yeah, just love working on comics with all different artists and creators, writers. It's just, I love this medium, But yeah, I guess, so for today, I'll get going. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 with my friend Robbie. We'll be sketching and chatting. Later in the week, Uncle Jerk, who's on the YouTubes, has his own channel where he goes in depth with about various writers and artists and whatnot. Yeah, like this video, subscribe if you haven't. Keep making art, keep making comics, and I'll see you again next